Hello and welcome to Today in History. My name is Sotonye Afiesima. It's the 22nd of October. Let's get cracking. So we go back to the year 1811, so 209 years ago. On this day, Franz Liszt, who was a Hungarian composer, was born. So his genre was classical music. So Franz Liszt, pictured here, born on this day in 1911, he died on the 31st of July in 1886 at the age of 74. So again, he was born in 1811 and died in 1886 in Bayreuth, Germany. Let's move on now to the year 1836. And believe it or not, there was once a president of Texas. So this is Sam Houston. He was inaugurated on this day in 1836 as the president of the Republic of Texas after helping defeat Mexico in the Texas Revolution. So he was the first president of the Republic of Texas. But as you know, Texas is no longer a country, but now one of the 50 states of the United States. So this was history on this day in 1836. Now, as it says on this poster here, again, I'm going to read this for those who cannot see this. Sam Houston, the victor of San Jacinto, was elected president of the newly founded Republic of Texas. He served 2 terms as president of the Republic and was subsequently United States Senator and Governor of the state of Texas. So not only was he president of Texas, he was also governor when Texas became one of the states of the United States. Also, of course, he was a senator, United States Senator. So 1836, Sam Houston was inaugurated as president, would you believe it, of the Republic of Texas. Let's move on to the year 1906. French artist Paul Cézanne, pictured here, considered one of the greatest of the Post-Impressionists. He died on this day at the age of 67. So I'm going to show you some of his paintings and a photograph of him as well. So these are some paintings of his. I like this one. Quite like this one. Very atmospheric. Self-portraits, Paul Cézanne. Lovely one that looks like a Spain. Looks like a Spanish landscape painting. I like this as well. I like this. Play of light and shade. See that strongly. And that's a picture of Paul Cézanne as a young man. It's Paul Cézanne here, a bit older. And finally another picture of Paul Cézanne. Next, we have, on this day, Jean-Paul Sartre. He was a French philosopher and writer. And in 1964, he was announced as the winner of the Nobel Prize for Literature. However, interestingly, he became the first person to decline the award. So that's Jean-Paul Sartre, who was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature on this day in 1964, but he declined the award. So let's move on to the year 2008. But before that, interestingly, just rewind a bit. I was watching the Big Bang Theory. I think it was yesterday. Just snippets, of the Big Bang Theory on YouTube. And this is a bit of a coincidence or deja vu or whatever you call it. But they were talking about, was it on no, it wasn't. Why did I think it was a Big Bang Theory? Anyway, let's get back on track. It wasn't. It was a group of scientists who had come together. 4 of them. They were being interviewed by this guy. One was a mathematician, who is quite famous in the UK. He's known for the documentary The Code, so go check it out. His name is Professor Dusatoy. Can't remember his first name now, but type The Code on YouTube and that should bring it up. So these guys were talking about someone who was awarded a prize and the guy refused to go get his prize. What were his reasons? He lived in Russia, so he needed to travel to London, I think it was. That would take about a day. He would have to go. There wasn't a direct flight, I guess, at the time. So he said that would waste 1 day of his life. He would have to spend 1 day in a hotel to collect the award. And then something else that he had to do for another day. And then on the 4th day, he'd have to fly back. He was going to waste 4 days of his life. He would rather be steeped in his mathematical calculations and his mathematical books and all the stuff that he needed to do. And I thought, wow, that's interesting, where people are so devoted to their craft or to whatever they're doing, to their passion, that when they're awarded given awards, I think he was also awarded $1 million, which he turned down as well. He said he wasn't doing this for the money. So anyway, it's quite interesting. So guys, let's get back on track. I just thought I'd mention that. 2008. So what happened on this day in 2008? Chandrayaan-1, pictured here. I think this poster says it all. So this is India's first lunar space probe. It was launched on this day in 2008, and it later found water on the moon's atmosphere. So that's the Chandrayaan-1, India's first mission to the moon, launched successfully on this day, the 22nd of October 2008. So all the information is here on this poster. It says here, this is a national mission with international participation and with India as the captain. That's a quote from M. Anandurai, the project director of Chandrayaan-1. The mission's greatest achievement was the discovery of the presence of water molecules on the moon. ISRO, so Indian Space Rocket Organization maybe, I don't know what that means, is developing a second version of the Chandrayaan named Chandrayaan-2, possibly to be launched in 2018. So history was made on this day. In summary, the Chandrayaan-1, India's first lunar space probe, was launched on this day. And it later found water on the moon's atmosphere. So it wasn't on the moon's surface, on the moon's atmosphere. Okay. Finally, last but not least, on this day, Julian Assange, the infamous or famous, depending on how you look at the whole scenario, is so on this day, WikiLeaks, a website founded in 2006 by Julian Assange that functioned as a clearinghouse for classified or otherwise privileged information, released thousands of US documents relating to the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. So, I mean, he had released other documents in different years, but I guess this was the one that, sparked an outrage. Julian Paul Assange is his full name. He is an Australian editor, publisher, and activist who founded WikiLeaks in 2006. WikiLeaks came to international attention in 2010 when it published a series of leaks provided by US Army intelligence analyst Chelsea Manning. So this was the day in 2010 that Julian Assange essentially became famous. So on that note, guys, we shall end today's Today in History. My name, once more, is Sotonye Afiesimala. Hope you like this video. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. It helps with the algorithm. It helps push my video to more viewers. And also consider sharing this with your family and friends as well. They might learn something. They might find something interesting, Also, subscribe. Click on the notification bell so that you receive updates of my video uploads. Stay safe, guys, and I shall see you tomorrow. October 23rd for another edition of Today in History. Bye-bye.